Hey Checo, it looked like quite a challenging afternoon for you, and the morning session didn't look too easy either.
Yeah, I mean, we've been very unfortunate with the conditions. We've been out at the wrong time, especially on the final lap with the soft tire. Things were a bit on the damper side, so as soon as you get a damp corner, then you fairly easily lose the balance on the track, and very hard to learn anything. So yeah, we'll see what we are able to pick up. I think we're looking good, we're looking competitive, but we just have to make sure we get everything right.
That must be pretty encouraging to feel that you look competitive, given that you didn't really get that rhythm out there today.
Yeah, we didn't have that rhythm out today, but I think part of that were the conditions. You know, we had a little issue with the rear wing, so we stopped for a while. Okay. Didn't get any running, and then it was all too damp.
Was it quite cool to be driving this track again? I know they made a few little tweaks, a few gravel traps here and there.
Yeah, it's really enjoyable. It's always very enjoyable driving here on Spa.
Hey Max, so obviously a tricky way to go into practice knowing you're going to have the engine penalty, so how did that affect how you approached today?
Well, not so much really changed. I think, we just looked at how we could set up the car in the best possible way, and I think as soon as we went out, the car was working pretty well. I mean, there are always little things, you want to fine tune with balance, but out of the basically the first run, I was happy with the car.
I know the conditions weren't ideal, probably difficult to get a rhythm. From what you learned both on low fuel and high fuel, how did it feel?
Yeah, I mean, from the laps we did, I think the car was working well, and that's positive. Of course, I would have liked to run a little bit more, including everyone else, but so far it's been a good start.
And I guess on a track like this, you can be hopeful or confident that you'll be able to make your way through the field, even starting from the back.
Yeah, that's what we'll try. I mean, we have to.
In terms of what the car felt when it was greasy, how tricky was it? We've got a new few sections, gravel on the edge of the circuit. Was it very difficult, very tricky?
I mean, when it started to rain a bit like this, you don't push anymore. So I don't think we have really a good idea about it. But I think also today was going to be the worst day for it. So normally we should have dry conditions.
Lando, what was it like out there? Very tricky conditions.
It was. I mean, especially the end of both sessions when it starts to rain a little bit. Just a little bit of rain seems to make a big difference. Becomes extremely slippery, so not easy. And especially because both times when it starts to rain, when you're trying to get into the long run stuff, and the long run is the main thing that I need to know for Sunday. So other than that, I think the car was in a reasonable position. I wouldn't say it was incredible. We still got a lot of work to try and smooth out, let's say, some problems and issues and difficulties, but not bad in terms of pace today. But like the Aston's only half a tenth behind me, which let's say we shouldn't be happy with. So yeah, we should work hard tonight and try to take a step forward tomorrow.
You mentioned that back of the grid start. This is at least a circuit where you can make progress, isn't it? As long as you've got a car, I guess, that's capable of doing so.
Usually, I think it's still going to be a little bit different this weekend. I think there's been a bit of a trend that some tracks have been harder to race on and some tracks much easier. Like we saw, Budapest was a lot easier this year than what it's been in previous years. And the one thing here is the slipstream is a lot less than normal, comparing to previous years and the previous car that we had. So understanding that and knowing if it's going to help with the overtaking or make it worse is also something we have to figure out, and we didn't get many chances today to get that answer sorted. So we'll see. I think there's still a lot of question marks, so we need to try and find them out and find the answers for tomorrow.
Great stuff. And I saw you had a little moment, I think it was an Aston Martin, was it, with Lance? Just what happened there?
I just had a bit of a moment in my brain and just fogged over a little bit. So yeah, nothing wrong.